Hey there, friend. Dr. Randy Arno here with Headstrong Coaching. Today's video is one in a three-part series on the very best things you can do to optimize your sleep. So, the first of these top three things you can do to optimize your sleep is maintain a consistent sleep schedule. The research on this is clear. One of the most important things you can do to sleep better is to keep your bedtime and wake up times as consistent as possible. Now, I know, and I get it, a lot of people just don't want to hear this, or they say it's too difficult with their work and their social schedules, but please bear with me here and hear me out for a few minutes. Like I said, one of the most effective ways to optimize your sleep is keeping a consistent sleep schedule. And when I say keep a consistent sleep schedule, that also means the weekends. Now, here's why. Consistency is key because it helps regulate our body's internal clock, also known as our circadian rhythm. When we stick to a regular sleep schedule, our bodies really learn when it's time to sleep and when it's time to wake up. But why is that really all that important? Well, let me tell you. A consistent sleep schedule not only improves the quality of your sleep, but it enhances your overall health and well-being. That's because during sleep, our bodies actually repair and regenerate damaged tissues, our brain consolidates memories, and your body and brain are also regulating hormones during sleep. And disrupting this process with an irregular sleep pattern can really lead to a lot of health problems, including impaired immune functioning, problems with your mood, and impaired cognitive performance. So by prioritizing a consistent sleep schedule, you're really giving your body and your mind the best chance to reap the full benefits of sleep and perform at your best during the waking hours. Okay, so you're asking, how can I establish a consistent sleep schedule? So I've got several tips for doing this, but by far, the most important and first thing you should do is to become consistent with what time you're waking up in the morning. Variations in your wake-up time of more than like plus or minus 30 minutes or so essentially creates what sleep specialists refer to as social jet lag. Essentially, you're creating a situation that has the same impact on your sleep-wake cycle as you would have if you traveled across multiple time zones. This leads to not feeling sleepy when you need to go to sleep, or fighting off sleep during the day when you need to be alert. With that said, having a consistent bedtime is also important, but here's a really important caveat to that. You shouldn't, quote unquote, try to sleep when you're really not sleepy. You literally cannot make yourself go to sleep. And if you find yourself trying to sleep, then you're really not sleepy enough to go to sleep. And trying is just going to cause frustration, which in turn makes it even harder to get to sleep. So, what I'm saying here is shoot for a consistent bedtime and don't go to bed too much earlier than that bedtime, but be sure not to try to go to sleep before you actually feel sleepy. And also, if you do go to bed and you haven't fallen asleep within about 30 minutes, get out of bed, preferably out of the bedroom as well, and do something else, something quiet, relaxing, and non-stimulating until you start to feel drowsy again. Okay, now another reason I say a consistent bedtime is slightly less important than your wake-up time is because if you do maintain a consistent wake-up time day in and day out, regardless of when you went to bed or actually fall asleep, your bedtime will naturally start to fall into a regular place. And so, in other words, you'll naturally start feeling sleepy at about the time you need to go to bed to get your body's personal amount of sleep that it needs. Now, if you didn't get to sleep until late and you're maintaining a consistent wake-up time anyway, you're probably going to have a few days that are not that pleasant, feeling really sleepy during the day, perhaps more irritable. But this is just some sleep debt building up that will actually make your body start feeling ready for sleep at a more appropriate time. So give your body some time to adjust, knowing there probably will be a few days adjustment period where it doesn't feel that great. Okay, now one final tip here is to help maximize the chances that your mind and body will be ready for sleep around bedtime. So keeping a consistent wake-up time will help, but you can capitalize on that further by creating what I call a bedtime routine. A relaxing bedtime routine is essentially like a wind down with activities that you do on a regular basis about an hour or so before bedtime, which helps signal to your body that it's time to sleep. So some good examples that you can do in a bedtime routine are meditation, deep breathing relaxation exercises, some gentle stretching or some yoga poses, reading a book or listening to relaxing music, or any combination thereof. Now, there are two things going on here with this type of routine that helps with your sleep. I'm not going to delve too much into the psychology or the physiology at the moment in this video, but several of these types of wind down activities literally do lower your physiological arousal, meaning your heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing all decrease, which obviously increases a feeling of relaxation and signals to your body that it's time for sleep. The second aspect has to do not so much with the specific activities themselves, but the fact that you tend to do them on a regular basis. If you have specific things that you're doing on a regular basis close to bedtime, there's a type of learning process going on that psychologists refer to as classical conditioning. And essentially what that means is your brain starts to learn that these activities are a signal that bedtime is coming soon. And over time, this can lead to a situation where whenever you engage in those activities, it can automatically trigger a feeling of relaxation and sleepiness. Now remember, it may take some time to adjust to a new sleep schedule, but be patient with yourself. Stick to your routine, wake up time, wind down period at least an hour before sleep, and a consistent bedtime, and soon enough you'll notice improvements in the quality and duration of your sleep. Now, I hope that you will give this a try, and I hope that you find it helpful. If you'd like more tips for better sleep, by the way, then you definitely should grab a copy of my ebook called Unlocking Better Sleep, where I have a lot more research-backed tips to help you optimize your sleep. And right now, since I've just released this ebook, I'm giving it away absolutely free. So just click on the link in the comments below and get your free download now. And also do someone a favor, and if you know anybody that might benefit from this video, share it with them and see if they can get some benefits from these better sleep tips. Hope you all have a good evening, and I will see you on my next video.